Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the college football recap on Bussin With The Boys. Hey, real quick, if you're watching the show, if you want to get all the stuff in with college football and the vibes that this bus brings you, do us a favor, man. Please subscribe to Bussin With The Boys, especially if you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, Apple, anything. Subscribing doesn't hurt you at all. It helps us a whole bunch. And if you're looking around and you're on YouTube right now, you might see these boys decked out in some Bussin With The Boys gear. 'Tis the season. Talking about Christmas time around the corner. Sherman's rocking a little bit of For the Dads merch. I got myself a Michigan hat on because it is Victory Monday. Willie C's got the Xmas t-shirt. Well, that's very nice, by the way.
A lot of the new merch drops tomorrow.
And Garrett's done an incredible job with that. So if you're tier 1, you want to buy in, this is the time to do it. I know there'll be some big specials coming up very, very soon. But if you want to get ahead of the chains, be my guest. Bussin With The Boys is presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Let me break this down for you guys. All right. First touchdown, $1 million. Last touchdown, $1 million. That's $2 million in the pot of either the first or the last touchdown. That's what makes FanDuel. That's what FanDuel has for us every single Thursday. If you opt into FanDuel's Thursday Night Football Touchdown Jackpot promo and place an anytime touchdown score bet, and that player scores either the first or the last touchdown of the game, you will win your bet and a share of that $2 million in bonus bets. So who's scoring? Nick Chubb? Nico Collins, maybe James Cook, or even Josh Allen. No matter who you think is putting the points on the board, make sure you opt into that touchdown jackpot promo. Place the anytime TD bet and tune in to see if they score the first or the last touchdown of the game. If they do, you're walking away with an even bigger win. You can visit, listen to me now, FanDuel.com/Bussin to get started today. College football, boys.
Chaotic weekend. A lot of Heisman talk going around. People were very pissed off about me not having Gunnar Stockton in the Heisman conversation. We got a guy who, a dude coming after your boy saying, I don't like college football because I don't want, I'm saying the college football playoff is wasting spots with the ACC and G5 teams. We will get into that. SEC, Oklahoma's creating chaos. Texas, we were this close to maximum chaos. All Texas needed to do was lose by a little. They didn't. They got their shit pushed in. We'll cover all that stuff, but wild weekend of college football.
Let's start with your social media. So people are coming at you saying that you don't know or like college football because the ACC and the G5 schools don't deserve to be in this year?
Yeah, there's a gentleman. It looks like he can't even bench 135. He can't even have a plate.
Pray weight.
He can't even have a plate on the bar. Saying Will doesn't like college football. And we need to stop having these guys being the faces of sports media, and they just like helmets. They don't like the ball. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what? I want the 12 best teams in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if the only team of the G5 coming out right now that could get in is JMU, in my opinion. They lost to Louisville earlier in the year. That's been their only loss. They've handled their business on the rest of the schedule. If they win out, sure, that one-loss G5 team can come into the college football playoff. They're going to get worked in the first round, which I don't think anybody cares to watch.
Go ahead, bring them in, see what happens. Bring them in, though.
Yeah, but they're a one-loss team who, again, if you're saying Louisville, that's been their only loss by a little, sure, bring them in. But everybody else, bro, they've gotten mopped by somebody. You look at North Texas, and I took some notes. I was coming down here just to be ready. I got a little pad. North Texas got waxed by South Florida by like 30 points. Tulane lost to UTSA. Like, that's all you need. They lost to UTSA.
University of Texas San Antonio, for those of you
They
who
don't
don't
belong
watch
in the
ball.
playoff. They also lost to Ole Miss. They could argue, they could talk about Ole Miss, but they lost to UTSA. You're done. You're gone. Navy got killed by Notre Dame recently. Got killed by them. They also lost to North Texas. San Diego State, they lost 38-6 to Hawaii. These teams should not be in the college football playoff.
That's a vacation spot, not a football spot.
Yeah, as one of the best 12, these teams should not be in the college football playoff. Now, if JMU takes care of business the rest of the year, by all means, they should get hey, they had an awesome season. This is a one-loss G5 team. They can represent the G5 coming to the college football playoff. They are going to get mopped. And then again, it's like the ACC. I would have loved to have seen, these teams handle all of their business and not without a shadow of a doubt, they're in. Miami wanted to see them own the moment. They are in position. They'll be in position, probably a 10-2 team against Notre Dame, who's going to be a 10-2 team. And you will have that game to look at, like, hey, Miami beat them head to head. I would not mind seeing Miami in the college football playoff. But Georgia Tech, they're going to get their opportunity against a school who has a shitload of momentum right now with Georgia. So we're going to get to see a game like that. If they get mopped, no, I do not want to see Georgia Tech in the college football playoff. Virginia, Virginia's a one-loss team. Oh, wait, no, they're a two-loss team. NC State and Wake Forest. NC State is 5-5, and you lost to Wake Forest. They're not that good in the ACC. So those, like, having those two losses, I don't want to see those teams in the college football playoff. I do want to see, I don't care. Like, look, I'm more of a Big Ten guy than I am SEC. But the chaos ensuing in the SEC right now, if there's 5 two-loss SEC teams, I want to see them all in the college football playoff.
Right.
There's 4 two-loss Big Ten or 5 two-loss Big Ten teams or who've lost 2 or less. I want to see those teams in the playoffs. Because it's not, he was talking about college football elite. Somebody else was like, oh, I was just disappointed what ESPN and the college football commissioner, Josh Pate, has done to your brain. It's college football elitism at its finest. Like, yeah, I want to see these conferences. Big 12, they're going to have Texas Tech, potentially what? It could be Utah, Houston, BYU. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple Big 12 teams in. I want to see the teams where, from a recruiting level, these conferences have the advantage. NIL budget is way bigger. They have more money poured into these kids.
Right.
They're higher ranked recruits, but I do not want to see these teams in the ACC or the G5 who's gotten dummied by teams in their conferences who aren't worth the shit.
Yeah. Can I just real quick?
Go ahead. I know I went on a little tangent.
No. It's not gonna be very long. We grew up in an era where the participation trophy was started to become a thing when we were younger. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. What is that the move? Do we believe that the participation trophy should be given out to kids just for, being a part of the season? Yes or no? No. So if you're a G5 team and you have one loss, and this is more at JMU than any of these other schools, you have to do something spectacular, a undefeated type of season, in my mind, to make it into the playoffs. It might hurt. It might not be what you want to hear, but the landscape of college football and where we live right now is so much different than it was 5 years ago. We have teams where we have $50 million rosters taking place. All right. Your team, JMU, I love what you guys have been able to do. It's amazing. What a feel-good story that is. To put you in the playoffs is like putting that goat on the stand with the Jurassic Park with the T-Rex that goes and all of a sudden he gets his ass fucking murdered. Like, that is just the reality of what is going to happen here. But the ACC, there's a whole lot of conversation. I think they are one of the Power 4 teams. You'd like to see one of those teams make it in. Most likely be Miami. They've really shit down their leg, especially having 2 massive wins early in the year. But if you're a G5 team and you're upset if you're 11-1 and don't make the playoffs, it's not about you. You have to go 12-0 to show that you can be competitive in this world. Now, if JMU makes it into the playoffs, they play that first game, even if they don't win that game, but they lose it by a field goal, less than a touchdown situation, then I will bend the knee and say, hey, I was wrong on this take. However, you've got to be 12-0 and be dominating these lesser than teams if you think you're going to walk into SEC, Big 10, hell, even the Big 12 country and be able to play competitively against these guys.
Yeah.
When it comes to the SEC, chaos ensuing, all of those things, you said there's 7 teams. Those teams need to be in the playoffs. The Big 10, if it's 10-2 or less, those teams need to be in the playoffs. Those are the 2 best conferences. Anybody else who doesn't sit there and they want to bitch and complain and moan, you had 12 opportunities to show everybody what you could do. All right. Not everyone's going to be treated equally because these conferences are not equal. Onward. I'm with you.
If you go back to the year when, what was it, UCF with Scott Frost when they went undefeated and they still hung a banner.
Yeah, hung a banner. That's
but
cute.
If that team, they went undefeated, I would be screaming, they deserve a shot in the college football playoff.
Absolutely.
Like, they're undefeated. They handled their business. And to the gentleman who says, I just like helmets, I love helmets. And I think JMU has got a great helmet. I just don't, again, if they're a 1 loss, by the way, great reference on Jurassic Park. Like, right there, whoever comes out of the G5, that's going to be our clip where Bussin With The Boys drops a clip, and it's going to be the goat slowly coming out of the ground.
And nothing really happens.
And probably JMU's logo. Because any other team is not worth the shit to be in the college football playoff out of the G5 conferences.
Right. And if you're just putting one in, let's say JMU drops another one, dude, they should not even fucking sniff one. They shouldn't even be on the bracket that says first out. It's like, we got to stop doing that. Just put the 12 best teams in. These are the 12 best teams they deserve to be in. Onward.
People, they're always going to do the first ones out because they like a little rage bait.
Yeah, but first ones out shouldn't even be JMU.
Because we made the NIT bracket and they got Nebraska first one out. Okay, they're trying to get me right again.
And arguably, James Madison's 2 hardest games are their final 2 of conference play.
which is great. And if they mop them, put them in. Yeah. They deserve. They do. I would say they deserve to be, because they got a 2-score loss to Louisville. We're not going to talk about Louisville being average or a 4-loss ACC team. I'm just going to give them a benefit of the doubt and say it was early in the season. They've handled their business and mopped everybody. Go ahead and throw them in for dumbing Washington State and Coastal Carolina.
I disagree. I think they've lost their opportunity with that Louisville loss. Margin for error is that much smaller when you're a G5 team. That's just the reality.
Well, so let me ask you, who are you putting in if Miami finishes 10-2 and Notre Dame finishes 10-2? Who are you putting in the college football playoff?
If I'm not, JMU's going to be out, so they're both going to be in.
I'm just saying, if there's one slot and it comes down to Notre Dame and Miami.
If I had to pick one at this point, it's gonna be Notre Dame. Even though Notre Dame lost to Notre Dame, they're trending in the direction. They're playing better football. They're dominating teams. They're getting hot at the right time. You have to be able to evaluate those things. JMU, G5, that's not even that's not a part of the conversation. That's not even a thing. Yeah. They're mopping these other teams. They're smaller schools. They have less money. They have less talented players. It's not a disrespectful thing. It's just the reality. That is just the truth. Notre Dame is playing really good football right now. CJ Carr has developed. If Notre Dame and Miami played tomorrow on a neutral field, I would love to see what FanDuel has to say about this. I bet you Miami is 6.5 point favorites. Or sorry, Notre Dame is 6.5 point favorites.
On neutral field against Miami?
Yeah.
So here's what I'll ask, because Miami just got done beating the shit out of North Carolina State, who North Carolina State beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is number 1 in the ACC right now, or it's them and Virginia.
What is NC State's record? I think you just
5-5. Okay, but hang on. So if we're going to give recency, you're beating the best team in the ACC in Georgia Tech. NC State then gets absolutely stomped by Miami. Miami beats them 41-7. What if Miami dummies Virginia Tech and dummies Pitt? Pitt is ranked right now.
Pitt's they're not ranked anymore. Yeah, they got dummied by Notre Dame. I mean, the Pitt.
You're right. Yeah. Right now I guess these are rankings for college football playoff.
Notre Dame just beat just mopped the floor with a ranked.
But
Pitt
if
team.
say Miami does the same thing to Virginia Tech and Pitt, like 41-7, 41-10, and they're sitting at 10-2, putting up over 120 in their last 3 games. Talk about momentum going in.
That's the conversation.
Yeah,
that's the conversation.
Because it's going to be
Dame,
really
the back half of their schedule. They play USC, correct?
Notre Dame's look great.
They play USC, right?
That's their only ranked win.
That's their only ranked win. No. They beat Pitt as well.
Okay.
So there's 2 ranked wins.
Number 22. What's Pitt's record?
Hey, rank's ranked, right?
Sure.
Rank is ranked.
What if Georgia Tech?
Who does Notre Dame have? They just mopped Pitt, Syracuse, and Stanford.
What if Georgia
Got
Tech
a whole lot to hang your hat on that?
Wins out, they beat Georgia.
Right?
They play would Miami be in the ACC championship game?
I think it would be Georgia Tech and Virginia. That's why Miami's kind of positioned in a spot where they can finish 10-2 with big time wins over the last 3 weeks, and then you'll be staring right at Notre Dame and Miami.
But let's say Georgia Tech wins out, beats Georgia, goes to the ACC championship game, loses to Virginia, and they say you have that marquee win on your schedule beating Georgia, and you have Virginia, Georgia Tech. And Miami.
This is not wrong in the chaos.
My brain is getting so fucked up by this conversation right now. If you're Miami and you do not make it to the ACC championship, to me, that's a place where you're like, okay, we saw where Miami they fizzled, they lost their opportunity there. Notre Dame's kind of done this. Regardless of what Miami does in these next 2 weeks, it goes Notre Dame in my mind. And that is one of the benefits of being independent. You don't have to play a 13th game of the season.
Can we talk about the other controversy surrounding Notre Dame on social media where... Was it the Pitt coach that basically said, if we lose to Notre Dame, I'm not worried about it. That doesn't affect us in the conference.
Yeah, that was talked about in the locker room quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
That was you had to go do something.
Yes.
That was the only reason why I said Notre Dame's covering this game, probably twice.
Yeah.
I think I said Notre Dame will score 40, Pitt will score 10. Less than 10, and I think it was 35-15, so I was 10 points off on that.
And just to go back to what Mitch is saying here, Virginia is currently 9-2. So they beat Virginia Tech, they'll be 10-2. Okay. Let's say they go to the ACC championship. Georgia Tech is 11-1 in the ACC championship with a win over Georgia, arguably the best.
Yeah, Georgia.
Ohio State's the best team, but arguably like the best team playing in the SEC
play
right now.
in Athens too.
They play in Athens.
No, I thought they play in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a neutral site.
Oh, it's a neutral site. It's always a neutral site.
Okay, but let's just say Georgia Tech takes down Georgia.
Okay.
Georgia Tech goes into the ACC championship against a 10-2 Virginia team. Virginia beats Georgia Tech. Now Georgia Tech's 11-2. Virginia is 11-2, and Miami is 10-2. This is potential. Again, I am pro chaos, so I would love the chaos to happen.
Right, and we're just having a brainstorm, we're having a think tank right now. My thought in that is, if you're Georgia Tech and you beat Georgia at a neutral site, regardless, it's in Atlanta, so it's like, is it really? I think that game holds the most weight out of everything else that takes place in the ACC. If you lose the ACC championship, the committee has already said we don't hold a lot of value in the ACC. I think if you're Georgia Tech and you're 11-1. And you beat Georgia, you are in. And you can hold that win over Georgia and point out what Georgia just did to Texas, how well they've played this year, who they've had to play and beat. That is clear. Like Georgia Tech here is our ticket to the chocolate factory right there.
Yeah.
And Miami is out.
Miami's out, but Virginia and both Virginia Tech are in.
Not Tech. Virginia.
Oh, my fault. Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech and Virginia are in. Because Virginia wins the ACC championship.
But are you already in if you win the ACC championship?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an automatic bid.
Auto bid.
Yeah, it's an auto bid. That's the chaos right here.
That's the chaos.
It's the top 5.
So then Notre Dame, are they now getting pushed because of those two?
It'd have to be.
Right?
That would be nuts.
Notre Dame gets pushed out of the playoff because Georgia Tech and Virginia.
The way I'm talking about the Big Ten, the SEC, even the Big 12's kind of playing itself out, but the way I'm talking about these three conferences and dumbing the ACC and G5, I would be so pissed off at Georgia, at the Bulldogs for losing that game against Georgia Tech. You know what I mean? It's like, because if that chaos happens, it's like, yeah, Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech, like, they got to both be in.
No, yeah.
Georgia Tech beat Georgia.
You keep saying Virginia Tech. You mean Virginia.
Sorry.
You're good. I'm just making sure the viewer knows.
Virginia and Georgia Tech. They do have to be in because Georgia Tech beat a team with a shitload of momentum right now coming out of the ACC play in Georgia.
And Georgia will be ranked, 4? Maybe 3 after what A&M did? Huh?
Georgia's going to beat them by 6.
Bro, rivalries are so weird.
I think so too, JP. And again, that's why I would be so pissed off if Georgia Tech happens to get that win. Happens to get that dub.
Could Georgia miss the playoff if they lose to Georgia Tech, and then Georgia Tech loses the ACC championship, showing that maybe a 2-loss Georgia shouldn't be in the playoff as well?
They could, but I mean, what's going to happen is a couple of these 2-loss SEC teams are going to be out, and they'll all have beaten somebody or a common opponent or each other. So it's going to be nothing but, which we love, chaos.
But then that's when you would have to argue, okay, is a 2-loss Georgia team or whatever it would be for them worse than some of these other teams that you're talking about might get in? No, not at all.
I know I'm like a massive homer here, but we're looking at Michigan. If they beat Ohio State, like they're in.
What is your
like they are in?
Yeah, no, you're right.
And so now you've got this 11-12 Michigan's kind of just like, how'd you guys get? We're like, we don't fucking know. You guys got here too? Like, holy shit, we're in this thing?
That's
like,
the thing is
and now you've got these SEC teams or 2-loss teams getting murked, and Michigan's just like, fuck yeah, we're in.
How are you feel? Because right now in the Big Ten, you got Ohio State, Indiana.
Yep.
Their chances are pretty much locked. Then you got Oregon, USC, which Oregon and USC play this weekend. A lot of implications on that game. If USC wins, now Oregon's a 2-loss Big Ten team. And then you got Michigan sitting at 8-2. Where are you feeling as far as, how confident you feel about beating Ohio State?
I mean, buddy, like very confident. Like if you look at our team last year to this year, like we're light years ahead of where we were. Last year, this time we were 500. We were 500 to end the season 7-5. And we had 0 pass game. And people want to, Bryce Underwood had himself a 2 series. He had a game where it was like, okay, that's a freshman, that's a rookie.
Yeah.
But if you just look at the stat line, you're looking at Bryce being like, oh, this kid, he really shit the bed. dude, if you're a Michigan fan watching that game, the first half, we should have had a touchdown, got called back for a holding. We should have made a field goal. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. We'll just throw it out the window. Bryce was throwing the ball very well. He was making decisions, being decisive. When he got into himself a pinch, people were covered. He was running for first downs, like played very, very well. Our offense looked very, very balanced. At no point last year did you watch the Michigan Wolverines and go, there's a balanced football club right there. Like our defense only gave up points to Northwestern because our offense shot ourselves in the foot. Like we had a snap exchange issue. We had a punt. By the way, did you guys see this punt return fumble? Samaj Morgan, and I tweeted it out earlier, dude. I feel so bad for this kid. Love his mentality. Love the individual he is. He's got the gifts. It hasn't gone his way. He muffs a punt. And then he falls on the ball. There's a big scrum to see who's going to get it. It turns out Samaj Morgan comes out. He has the ball in his hand. But this, and I'm just pointing out, this is a woman referee. She's a female. So you guys can see the line and be like, oh, that's the one. If I'm going to say somebody, I'm going to point out based on things, right? It has nothing to do with her being a woman. It's the fact that, hey, she's a woman, so you guys can see her. She comes in before you can even tell what's going on. She starts pointing Northwestern right away. They showed the replay. Samaj drops the punt on the 20-yard line, drops the punt, lands on the punt, and then shows up with the punt. And it's like, what are we doing here? But because the call was on the field was Northwestern ball, they ended up getting that. They walked away with that with 3 points. So our defense is playing at a very elite level. Go back to the question. Ohio State and Michigan. I believe Michigan is so much better than we were last year. Ohio State, I think, is more well-rounded and more complete than they were last year, but they're not as explosive. They're not as scary on the offensive side of the ball. You guys see Jeremiah Smith walking around? He looks like me right now, walking around with this boot on my foot. He is hobbling. He's hurt. Cardinal Tate, he was hurt a little bit. They're getting a little beat up. I feel more confident than I ever have about this game going into the last week of November.
I respect it.
I mean, dude, and it's like last year I sat there and I was like, hey, we're going to win. We're going to win. And it's like, you got the homer, you got the biased. After last year being 20.5 point underdogs, like I'm sitting here telling you guys, hey, we're going to win the game. And a lot of you guys are like, probably.
It's 4 in a row?
4 in a row. And we beat them at home without a passing game. And it's like, here's where Ohio State can beat us. Brian Hartline. Brian Hartline. If he doesn't listen to Ryan Day,
speaking facts right now,
hold on. If he doesn't listen to Ryan Day and play this "we're tougher than you" ball, which they tried to do last year, that's when things can get very dicey for the Michigan Wolverines. That being said, man, we are a way better ball club than we were last year.
I do not
day and night better.
Does Matt Patricia make you a little more nervous this year?
Here's where it doesn't.
Going against a freshman.
Here's where it doesn't, dude. Is how do you beat a great defense? Run the ball. Run the ball downhill. You have 6 freshmen starting on the Michigan offense. 6 freshmen. One's a wide receiver who had 186 yards receiving last week. One's our quarterback. 3 of them are on the offensive line. 3 of them. I did not know that. And buddy, they are just getting better. We gave up 3 sacks in this game. One was a coverage sack. 2 of them they ran this, what we call in the NFL, pass 13 pop. It's where you gap scheme the tackle on the right side. He's one-on-one, but the guard pulls. And they brought pressure into it. They schemed that play better than we did. We ran that play twice. They brought guys down. So to me, it's like, that's not on the offensive line. That's hey, we're moving chess moves. They happen to call a better play than we did. This offensive line is playing so much better. And our defense, bro, here's where Northwestern was very close, and Northwestern's a hell of a ball club. That our defense, we sat a bunch of guys. You look at Jayshawn Barham, he probably played 15 snaps. Moore probably played 30 snaps. They didn't really start playing the game a lot until it was getting really, really close. But even then, we have 2 linebackers that are out. I think one kind of was sparingly jumping snaps. We had a lot of guys not playing because we overlooked this team a little bit. Still ended up with a dub. 5 turnovers and still won the game. It's just, we're cockroaches, bro. We're the cockroaches of the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Are you potentially overlooking going to Maryland
this
week?
Dude, here's the thing. I said this in 23. This is going to be the hardest game of the year. This is the hardest.
He got close to doing it with Northwestern.
No doubt. Hey, bro, no fucking doubt.
And Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue. You watch that game and you're you're never really feeling okay, they're going to take over. It's just it's a lot closer than it should be. With Northwestern, they were up, and we had to go put a drive together. And Bryce had a throw on 3rd and 10 to Andrew Marsh, right in the bucket, dude, on the sideline. Marsh was an NFL catch. It was gorgeous. Walk-on freshman after Jordan Marshall goes down with the shoulder. Walk-on freshman. Bullying guys as the line of scrimmage is moving. And it's like, yeah, there's a lot of things to look at that and be like, holy shit, we should be nervous. But there's a lot of things that like you look at and be like, most teams lose a game, you have 5 turnovers. Most teams do with a freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
We didn't. And it's like, this Maryland, hopefully you get so much of a scare from Northwestern, you go to Maryland this week and it's a completely different team. I expect it not to be. I expect it to be a 1-score game. Don't even know what the line is. It's going to be a 1-score game. It's going to be tight. It's going to be, I'm going to be shitting myself the whole time. It's 10.5. Maryland plus 10.5. That's the play of the week. And it's not, it's just going to be scary. And then we hammer Michigan money line the week following. Hammer, boys, responsibly.
I love seeing the psyche. It's like I get to watch myself talking about Nebraska because
but do you not see it?
Listen, I can see it. What I just said. I'm like witnessing. I think it's fascinating, the compartmentalizing of not thinking about the product that's been on the field with tight games with Purdue, with Michigan State, with Northwestern, probably going to be Maryland, and it's like
Maryland.
And in your brain, we're so much better because we can throw the ball this year against Ohio State. And just for that reason alone, we're a better team. Like, I feel as confident as ever.
We're a better football team for sure.
So I respect it. Because I'm sitting there, it's like, you think with all these freshmen you got and you're like, run the football. It's like you're on your 3rd string running back.
Wait, no. Jordan Marshall, he'll be fine. Sharon already said he'll
be good.
And there's a rumor
he is a stud too.
That Justice Hayes will be back for the Ohio State game. It's light right now.
And just to touch on Matt Patricia, I think when everybody talks about Ohio State hasn't been tested, Dan Orlovsky's like, let's see what they're like if a game's close in the 4th quarter. Like Matt Patricia, this acquisition in the offseason of him being the defensive coordinator for Ohio State has been the absolute X factor. Like, this is the best defense in the country. Like, yeah, I'm with you on, when are we going to see, like, when Ohio State does get challenged, what are they going to be like? But this defense is legit, bro.
They're not going to get challenged when Matt Patricia's the D coordinator.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we might have, you could have a close game, but what offense? Like, Georgia's got a great offense that's humming right now. Alabama's a little too one-dimensional. We'll get to see them against Indiana in the Big Ten championship.
No,
we might not. It might be Michigan.
If Michigan beats Ohio State, we will be in the Big Ten championship.
But let's, in this hypothetical world, if Ohio State is playing Indiana in the Big Ten championship, we'll get to see.
Oregon has one loss in the Big Ten. We have one loss in the Big Ten. If we beat Ohio State, we have the tiebreaker over Ohio State. We're in.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
We are in, bro.
But what
and
happens
then we're in the Big Ten championship, like all that shit, dude. As bad as we played, and it's not overlooking. Like, I think so many people, so many fans are going to look at Michigan that are fans of Michigan and be like, we're this, we're that. Look how bad this is. Look how bad that is. Like, dude, if you watch the game of Northwestern, there's so many things to be like really proud of. The turnovers suck. Like, you're going to get your ass beat against a really good football team when you have 5 turnovers. Northwestern's a good ball club. You've said it. Anyone who watches the Big Ten knows
Northwestern, you got to earn your stripes.
Yeah, you got to earn your stripes. And we had multiple turnovers on the wrong side of the 50, and our defense stood up in a big way. Stood up in a big way. Bryce is putting touch on the football. He's scanning the field better. It's like he threw for the most yards. Like, those 2 picks, one freshman mistake. The other one was ego. Like, they're doing this RPO and they're reading the safety, and the safety was so quick to get in the box. This Fitzgerald cat, which by the way, Northwestern always is like a Fitz something on their team. He takes 2 steps down. Obvious should have been a give. He throws the ball right into the lap of Fitzgerald. And it's like, go. That's the first throw he had since the first pick.
Go Big Ten championship.
Huh?
Go if you guys are playing Indiana. What happens to? Do you think you have to win the Big Ten championship to get in the college football playoff?
No, the committee's already shown. First off, I think we've beaten Indiana, but I think let me say this. You can't, if Michigan beats Ohio State, if you're Indiana, you can't count out Michigan. Like, Indiana's a damn good ball club. You got to respect. You got to turn that into an Iowa game that Indiana had against Iowa, and I believe we are a better football team than Iowa because we can throw the ball a little bit better. But when it comes to the Big Ten championship, you beat Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country, the team that's been the number 1 team in the country since week 2. You're in, and the committee's already said we put hardly any weight in championship games. So
that would be some chaos right there.
Yeah,
three losses.
All these things happen. You got 9-3 Michigan. The ACC chaos we're talking about, SEC chaos we're talking about.
Notre Dame would have to be out then.
Oh yeah, my fault. 10-3.
Yeah, would a 2-loss Notre Dame be out over a 3-loss Michigan who beat Ohio State?
But it's like that's regular
Everybody
season.
in the college football world, buckle up, because honestly, I want to see this go down just to see. I just want to see anarchy,
Dude, I'm telling, and also Indiana, like they haven't really seen a defense like Michigan's.
They're
What? They were slow first half against Wisconsin. The week before that, they had to go on a game-winning drive to beat a Penn State team.
I just think it's funny because this is literally Will whenever he talks about Nebraska. And
But
it's
dude,
like
hey,
the
I
delusion-
I'll sit there and
understand-
tell you they haven't seen a defense like Nebraska.
the delusion is just
Dog.
there.
Okay,
No,
maybe
hold-
I will. Maybe I'll talk.
hold
If
on.
they earn
Mitch,
it.
Mitch, I understand like the delusion that we kind of see Will go through, but like, have I said anything that's like, no?
Some, yeah,
What?
absolutely.
What?
Michigan, like you guys are a 2-loss team, but it's not like you're like, oh, this is a 2-loss team that is dangerous right now.
You're not like you're a 2-loss team, but you're not like a 2-loss team like Alabama.
Okay, do you think we could be?
Like
Do you think-
Bryce is what, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Oh,
on the
you
year?
must forgot that Peyton Manning, Tennessee, his first year starting, he threw 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns.
You're not going to sit here and compare Bryce Underwood to Peyton.
he just did.
He's having a better freshman year than Peyton Manning did.
Yeah, but that a freshman.
Okay. But I'm just saying, the next year, Peyton Manning threw for 3,500 yards and almost 30 touchdowns.
All right, so Bryce got to throw for.
I'm just saying, like, our the freshman years are. I already looked it up.
No, I wasn't. I'm not looking that up. I wasn't looking
You
that
don't need
up.
to Google it. I already did last night. Looked up Cam Newton's first year starting. I was like, well, I can't compare those. Looked up Andrew Luck. I was like, well, gotta get away from that. I was like, maybe Peyton Manning because I know he's had like tough starts, like his rookie season. Looked up, I think he threw like 1,185 yards. Actually, pull it up, Sherm. Pull it up. And I was like, oh, bro, like Bryce Underwood is having a better year his freshman season than Peyton Manning did his freshman season.
But it's the saying of Indiana.
That's rookie season. That's rookie season.
That's
You got
rookie season. That's
freshman
rookie
year
season.
against Tennessee.
But you're also saying
freshman year at Tennessee.
Time out. But you're also saying they haven't seen a defense like Michigan's. Like Michigan's not like you guys aren't like some top 10 defense.
Their defense is pretty good.
Our defense is really fucking good.
I mean, they gave up 24 to Oklahoma, 27 to Nebraska, 20 to Michigan State, 22 to Northwestern,
Yeah,
31 to USC.
Listen, this is where the guys tweet talking about you not like the ball. Does he really love ball? It's like you're looking at scores, and there's been times that Michigan's offense has put the defense in positions that get Michigan State 20 points. That, by the way, Michigan State scored a touchdown as we pulled all of our starters with 4 seconds left in the game. Our turnovers, we had multiple turnovers in the red zone, and Purdue took advantage of that. Northwestern, we had five turnovers, 3 of which were in the red zone for Northwestern, and held them to 3 points every time on that. So
In your mind,
they're a great defense, and you can't really judge.
You don't think
Michigan's-
Iowa's a good defense?
I think Iowa's a great defense.
Well, Indiana's played Iowa.
But you can't judge Michigan's defense until post USC because there's a massive change before USC. Listen to me, bro. Listen to me. Before USC, we were blitzing the most in all of college football, over 50%. The most in college football. Since USC, we've been like a 25% blitz team, and our defense has been so much better. So much better. Like statistically, if you were to take that chunk of games, we're probably the best in the country. Probably the best in the country. Oh, here it is. Peyton Manning, 11 games played, 61% completion, 1,141 yards, 11 TDs, and 6 interceptions.
He threw the ball 144 times.
I didn't ask, dude.
That's the stats.
Did I ask that?
These stats,
We're going off of stats. Peyton Manning is having a worse season than Bryce Underwood their freshman year.
Had a worse season.
Sorry, Bryce Underwood is having a better season than Peyton Manning's 1994 freshman season.
I wonder how many.
But Peyton Manning, friend of the show, I love it. We all know Peyton Manning and what he's been able to do. Like, could you imagine if we go get this Cam Coleman kid from Auburn, or go get another wide receiver with Andrew Marsh next year with an offensive line that has a full year of experience? All these guys are sophomores. Dude, there is so much to be excited about when it comes to Michigan. So much.
What other games do we want to talk about? Because we've talked about Michigan for 30
Got to win this week. You have to win this week. You have to win this week.
Bro's talking about next season.
But I'm just telling you, but like, and then we get in the playoffs. Who knows? Playoffs.
JP, South Carolina, man. 30-3 at halftime. You got Coach Beamer hyping the crowd.
Yep.
I texted JP in the third, right when A&M went up.
Yeah, fourth quarter with like 11 minutes.
And it was like 31-30. It was like right when they came back, and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. Text me back a lot
with
of
11 minutes left in the game?
It was 31-30, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I texted and I said, I'm really sorry. There's a lot of time left. And I looked at it and I just.
Oh, that's barbaric to send a message like that.
Buddy, I mean, the momentum is crazy. Like, there's no
but
coming back from
31-30 with 11 minutes left.
I'm not going to apologize for what I did. I still
I'm
care
in the
about
middle of the bullets flying. Yeah. But I wish you could see my iMessage, because the whole game is just like a million of my friends sending me the eye emojis. They're talking about, man, y'all are looking great. Like, y'all really did it. And I'm just keep putting it down. I didn't respond to a single one of them. Like, this game is so far from over. And I hate being on the side of history of, what was the record? 0-286.
Like, since 2005.
Right.
In the SEC, games where a team has had the lead of 27 or more points, the record for the SEC team is 280 plus.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Since 2004.
2004. Oh my! An extra.
So then when I tell
it's 04.
When I tell people you don't know pain like I know pain, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
because it's one, and I'm the one. And I have to live with that the rest of my life.
Heath McCall on a TierTalk said, Will, 1997, Jack, 1998, JP, never. Which guy on the bus has experienced the most heartbreak from college football fandom?
Hashtag TierTalk. Yeah. JP, without question.
The penny never saw a South Carolina national championship. The penny has now been discontinued.
Since Wednesday of last week.
Abraham Lincoln is on the penny.
Might come back.
Yeah, it might come back, but what I hate, I mean, there's no like defending any of it. It sucks. We gave up the biggest lead, whatever. I just hate all of the aftermath of people starting to compare Beamer to Muschamp. We're talking right before. It's ridiculous. You cannot compare any coach pre-NIL era to NIL era at a school like South Carolina, plus inheriting the program that Beamer inherited. He took a 3-9 team. I know Muschamp didn't have the greatest hand either, but when you go NIL era, inherit 3-9 team that lost to Citadel and App State, and then you come back and we're having a tough year right now, but you cannot compare him to Will Muschamp. I'm a foxhole guy. I will remain in the foxhole. Yeah. People next to me will change, but I will remain.
That's the thing about the foxhole. You can come and go, though.
No, not this foxhole.
This is a different foxhole. This is not the Nebraska foxhole.
Right. For me, it's like coaches are in my foxhole with me. Will Muschamp, I was in there with him. Unfortunately, they took him out. Shane Beamer is in my foxhole with me. So I'm going to put my life on the line for him every single week, and I would be happy doing it because that's what the foxhole is. And I just hate the loser mentality. It's the easy way out is to complain about everything going on, and I don't want the easy way out. I want the hard way out. And I told Garrett, when this championship comes, God, I hope I'm alive for it. I promise you I will be the most insufferable fan of all time, and I won't feel bad for any week of that college football season.
Hell yeah,
because I've earned it. Because nobody's been through what I've been through. And when I'm sitting up at the top of that hill, I'm going to be looking down on everybody as if they are pieces of scum for 365 days. And so I'm looking forward to that day. Already today, if this tells you anything about me, I've just been now going back and forth with the guy that used to be the captain of the Clemson football team back in some of their better days. And have begun my trash talk.
Yeah.
Like this is what we're dealing with. But it sucks.
Yeah. No, that was brutal. Yeah, that was brutal. Not only that, you got the mall cop from Texas A&M shouldering both your guys.
Should have stopped the game there. Our guys probably didn't feel safe.
Hey, that was insane.
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 Double elbows out too, like very intentional.
And nothing led up to it before. Like if anything, Nick Harbor's running towards the tunnel and the yell leader like tries to slap the ball out of his hands.
I saw that.
That's crazy.
So I mean, that was unacceptable.
I'm glad they handled that too. Like as the games continue going on, been relieved of his game day duties,
which sucks, man. I mean, that mistake he made.
Oh,
I'm sure he's the biggest. He's got to be one of the biggest A&M fans out there.
Yeah, but
and he just does something so dumb because he can't control what's bro. Yeah, exactly. Like, what are we doing?
Playing a football game.
Right.
You're at work.
You're a police officer.
Dude's drunk with power with the badge on right
now. Drunk with power. Yeah,
he needs to be relieved of his professional duties. You got to say, I mean, if he's reacting like that, if you're that emotional over a football game, which I get, like, we can all be emotional after our teams or when they're losing or whatever, but you are a police officer who is on duty. There's an expectation. Like, all the negative talk about police officers, it's like, buddy, you're now an example someone can put out there and be like, this is why police X, Y, and Z.
Not only that,
Ryan Clark got in there.
he pointed
Oh, I
at-
bet he did.
He clearly knew who he was pointing at too.
Right.
Like, if anything, 27 tries to get out of the way. That's the elbow he throws. He doesn't really do anything to Nick Harbor, but turns around and is like,
Points at Nick.
Yeah, hopefully
I thank God Nick just was like, I'm walking.
By the way,
would love to see him get downgraded to mall cop or like cleaning toilets or just doing the
Paul Blart.
Exactly.
That touchdown though,
Insane.
bro, the acceleration of Nick Harbor.
watching Nick Harbor run is one of the more beautiful things.
You've
I've ever-
seen
It's
these
like
li-
watching Secretariat.
Seeing these little guys chase him too that should clearly be faster than him. He's pulling away. It's beautiful.
He gets
just
into
all
stride
muscle,
and
bro.
It's just
Bro,
art.
all
Like he's
muscle.
moving so fast, but I'm watching him in slow motion. And I'm just like,
He'll be fascinating as like a draft pick, like how scouts have him and everything else.
I mean, look at him, bro.
Fly. That's a crazy picture.
Crazy
His
picture.
torso completely.
Does he even
straight
got
up
the
like a
ball tucked?
sprinter.
Yeah.
Correct.
who cares?
I didn't catch it. Him.
But yeah,
These
man.
little guys.
Too, on like
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
an insane special teams play, which ultimately didn't matter.
You're a
But
kick returner, and you know the fastest dude on the field is twice your size and coming at you, and your
Yeah.
head's looking up.
Oh my
You're
God.
going fuck.
Night, night.
Yeah. Heartbreak, man.
But SEC, man, look, I'm not saying A&M's. I'm not saying A&M's frauds at all. But I am saying in the tier that they're at, they're on like a fraud watch because they'll play Texas. Texas will be the hardest SEC team they faced all year. Again, the SEC championship. Like, I would not be surprised if they lose their last 3 games.
Who are the last
Texas,
Pulling it up.
SEC championship, and one and done in the playoffs. I think I think they're a good team. They've had so many close games with the bottom half. Like, if you look at their schedule, they've played all the bottom half SEC
So their
teams.
best win is Notre Dame.
Right, got Notre Dame by 1 early in the season.
Yeah, and they actually shouldn't have beat Notre Dame. Like that 4th and whatever, the last play of that game, there was a clear holding call taking place by the left guard.
But again, they're undefeated right now. They've honestly had a hell of a year. Marcel Reed had a Heisman moment that second half of that South Carolina game. First half, what did he throw for 3 picks? Yeah. But to come back from that deficit to be undefeated in the SEC is, you don't apologize for your schedule. I'm just saying, watching the games across the board. If somebody could. A couple weeks ago, people were arguing about A&M. They should be the number 1 team in the country.
That was last week.
Oh, yeah. Garrett was on here last week talking about them in Ohio State. And again, they're in the
Taylor would agree with me.
arguably.
I can't agree until obviously that last week when Michigan wins, Ohio State's going to drop to 5. Michigan will be 12, 11. I mean,
I'm just saying I
Ohio
would
State
not be
has not been
surprised.
tested. Ohio State has not been tested. They're about to get tested. Couple weeks, dude. We just got to beat Maryland. We just got to beat Maryland.
It's all about the Terps right now.
It's everything. What time is that? We're streaming this weekend, correct?
Correct.
I think
Oregon.
that game is at 11. So we're
USC
streaming Michigan, Maryland.
USC Oregon's going to be a huge game too.
Where's that game at?
In Eugene.
Scotty Docs.
Sky Dogs.
Massive game.
Let's do a couple of tier talks before we get out of here. We got Zane Dingo at PWDZK. If TJ Lateef beats Penn State in Happy Valley and Iowa and Lincoln, do we, parentheses, Husker fans, have a conversation on our hands? Hashtag Tier Talk.
I would say ask me that next week.
Oh, until there's something that you
Until
need
there's something to talk about,
yeah.
there's nothing to be said.
Right. I'm glad you went back to that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went back to that. What we got here, Willie?
Hey, we're double-digit underdogs right now at Happy Valley. Bad week to be a Nittany Lion.
Bad week. They started getting themselves a little excitement because they took Indiana.
Nebraska's double-digit underdog.
Double-digit. I think when I checked last night on FanDuel, it was 10.5. 10.5 point underdogs.
Coming out of a bye, too.
Coming off a bye.
How dare you?
We'll find out.
Night game, that's why.
We got another one from Chinook Seedy Sunflower.
Let's go.
Shout out those sunflower seeds. If you were an AD, how would you go about handling a possible coaching change situation? Meaning he's on the hot seat going into the year and we're 4 games in and it's obviously not working. What's your plan? Hashtag TierTalk. I'm more of let the coaches finish out the year.
I was not at the beginning of the year seeing all the chaos. I now agree. I think you're 4 games into the season. You're not firing him. You say, hey man, you just keep doing your thing. We'll see if it works, blah, blah, blah. But you're on the phones and you're dialing in your next guy. You got to dial him in.
Yeah.
Because you want to fire the head coach and the new head coach be within 72 hours. Because you got to worry about transfer portal, like the kids coming in from high school, recruiting, like all that's so important. You need to have everybody aligned. Hey, this is good. And before these kids can even blink, it's like, we got a new one. And he's great. Look how awesome he is. So you don't let these kids all, decommit and all those things.
Yeah. I guess recruiting would be the big situation there. Because if you fire early, that's dependent on the recruiting staff and everything else going into the next year. You'd fire and then get to recruiting and keeping your guys there.
And on that topic, that's why we have got to keep Shane Beamer for another year. Because if we let him go, we lose all these recruits we have coming in, and it sets us back so much farther. If anybody's curious where I stand on it, that's where I stand on it.
Yeah, keep Shane Beamer.
He's going to be
Shane
looking.
Beamer.
He's going to be looking down at you,
if you don't have Shane,
man.
but where are you guys going to go?
Me and Shane. We're going to be looking. Where are we going to go? Top of the hill to look down on everybody next year.
No, I'm talking about if Shane's gone.
Oh yeah, nowhere.
Right.
Me.
Yeah.
Fire Shane Beamer now, you end up with me.
And who are you hiring?
Shane Beamer.
All right, boys, we feel good. Real quick, give us Bama.
Yeah, it's tough. You talked about turning the ball over 5 times against Northwestern and still getting the win. That's a tough one to lose. If you look at the stat sheet, it looks like we absolutely destroyed them. Aside from the turnovers and points that they came out with, they only had a true 6 points. So our defense is humming right now.
Right. People will look at the box score and be like, "Oh, Alabama's defense failed," but not so fast.
No, even on team stats, he's saying like they like double.
Yeah, we doubled them in everything.
They doubled their stats.
No, I'm kind of going back to when people pull up
penalties.
schedules and say boom, 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 boom.
Right.
It's like, hey, listen, your defense is playing well.
Not taking anything away from Oklahoma, like they housed a pick 6. That's an awesome play if you're a defense. They had a great punt return, like immediately in the game. We could have tackled him right there. The guy made a great play and got him down there. We held him to 3. That's when I was like, okay, we're going to be in one, but our defense is showing up. The one that I'm most disappointed in turnover-wise is we stop them. We take momentum away from them. We almost get a pick ourselves. Stop them, they punt the ball, and then we fumble the punt. Yeah. And Ryan Williams hasn't returned a punt all year until this week. So that's pretty frustrating when a guy that you would consider a hand specialist loses the football. Mm-hmm. But he made good plays later in the game when we needed it, downfield. You hope that you taste your blood one more time, and then it's just go time from here. You hate that you have to go to Jordan Hare, the most cursed place on the planet, and it's a must win. So, but it's tough when
Oklahoma's made it interesting. They're a 2-loss team.
I mean it's tough because at the beginning of the season, John Mateer was a Heisman favorite. Oklahoma's defense, everyone's talking about Oklahoma. How the season's gone, they've done the wave as much as anybody, and so to lose a game the way we lost it to a team that is a good football team, it sucks. And I mean, you said it, like you got to wake up, and we didn't wake up, and we played good enough to win that game, and it just didn't go our way.
Turnovers,
but
man.
Eastern Illinois, whoever the fuck we play this week, I'm sorry.
You guys still got the rivalry game with Auburn.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, it's not easy the rest of the way. They got Mizzou.
They got Mizzou and LSU.
Ahmad Hardy coming off a 300 game on the ground, 300-yard game on the ground.
Talking shit.
Yeah.
It is tough though, because our defense plays so well, and at the beginning of the season, it was the defense is struggling, the offense is good, and at some point along the way, it's leveled out, and now the defense is what's really winning us these games. I do wish. I think that we have one of the best 2-minute offenses in the country.
You guys are great through the air. You guys just can't run the ball that well.
Which is crazy is that we kind of ran the ball fairly well.
Yeah, you guys had some chunk.
Like in a weird way, we ran the ball well. But that last drive, you have like almost 5 minutes left. We took a long ass time to cross midfield and then stalled out. I would have liked to see us march down the field and let the defense win you the football game. They've shut them down. They had more possessions inside the 30 and came away with points than when we truly kicked them the ball. They only got 6 points, and one of them was a good punt return. So it's like, go put the defense on the field and win you the football game. But you know what? It happens. Now you got to go win and just get in. It's weird that if we win in Auburn, there's a chance we still make the SEC championship game. But if you lose the SEC championship game, are you penalized and then not make it?
You could be a 3-loss team. Because again, the chaos we're looking at, you got A&M who's undefeated, Georgia who's 1 loss right now.
People are also sleeping on Ole Miss, who's a 1-loss team.
Yeah, you got Ole Miss. Then you got the 2-loss SEC teams is Bama
and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma who's won at Bama, Oklahoma who's won at Tennessee. Yep. And then you also got Vanderbilt. They finish out the rest of the year and beat Tennessee. They're a 2-loss SEC team.
Yeah, it's weird.
So that's 6 teams right there. I don't know if he was doing math, but that's 6 teams
I was
right
kind of
there.
just staring in the distance, wishing my foot would feel better.
Before we get out of here, I don't know if it's a long thing, but can someone explain the tie that they have at 6 in the ranking?
No clue.
I don't.
It's beyond my pay grade.
That's a Josh Pay question.
yeah. That's
all right. We'll ask him.
6-7.
Right.
6-7.
They, it's in numerical order.
Yeah.
We didn't make that up.
Right.
But it does truly just go 6.
Yeah.
7.
It's going to be nuts, man. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
That's how math works. Sounds like we got a wrap.
Got a wrap. Thank you guys. Big hugs, tiny kisses. Hell of a week coming up. We got the locker room for the dads, inside the bus. All things streaming on Saturday, streaming on Thursday night. All the Bussin with the Boys stuff. Big hugs, tiny kisses. See you later.